Alright, guys. Give me a second. I gotta get set up. Or finish getting set up. Hey, Carol. Hey, Alberto. Yes. Hey, Chelsea. Okay. Give me a second. I have to get into my scripts. Hey, predecessor, what's up? Come on. Oh my goodness. Sorry, 7-inch. I was running late. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. No. Ta-da! There I am. Whether you want to see me or not. Sorry about the thumbnail. Mojave Desert. So we'll be doing a little bit of climate and weather, a little bit of plants and animals, all sorts of fun stuff. Alberto! Well, your villainy attitude really stinks. Okay, just give me a second. The only person that gets to do evil laps around here is me. Okay. So I really don't have any announcements. I just want to remind you that if you have not already posted questions for next Tuesday, you need to do that. I know predecessor has and Angelina has, so make sure you get those posted so that you can participate in the Q&A that's coming up. That Q&A is strictly for subscribers, so if you want to attend next Tuesday's live, you need to subscribe. With that, we're going to get into today's video. So, or today's live. So, seasons definitely affect the weather in the Mojave Desert in different ways. Winter comes with freezing temperatures, believe it or not, and strong winds. Now, may not affect the lower elevations as much, but up in the mountains, you definitely get snow. Alberto? In the spring, you at lower elevations during the winter, you might get rain and snow higher up in the mountains. In the spring, when there is ample moisture around, hi, I like turtles. The desert will explode with color, with life. Summers are hot and temperatures can soar above 100 degrees, and that is pretty typical of the Mojave Desert. Those temperatures begin in May and last for a while. At higher elevations, you can experience a much wider range of temperatures. Annual precipitation at lower elevations ranges between 2 to 3 inches or 3.5 inches. At higher elevations, you might expect to have 10. A lot of that is due to snow. During the summer, they get thunderstorms, and they call them monsoons. And these are capable of bringing very sudden and very heavy rainstorms. These thunderstorms can unleash flash flooding that can sweep through the desert very quickly. During May and June, you're going to see drier times in the desert, and this is sort of weird, but in the northern parts of this desert, it is a cold desert, and in the southern portions, it's a hot desert. Thank you, I like turtles. I appreciate that. Again, if you have not already submitted questions for the live on Tuesday, we are having a Q&A. It is strictly for subscribers. You can put your questions into the comment sections. And yeah, Alberto, the villain thing is getting old. It's borderline being rude. Unacceptable. One of the reasons that it is so dry is that this desert sits in the rain shadow of the Sierra Nevadas. If you don't know what the Sierra Nevadas are, it's a mountain range. So what happens is you will get hot, dry air rising up out of the Pacific Ocean and moving west. When they hit the mountains, the cooler air can cause the rain to drop, and that some of the rain, though, will work its way past the mountains, but because it is so warm in the desert, a lot of that rain that's falling will completely evaporate before it even reaches the ground. Thank you, Carol. A little bit more facts about the Mojave Desert. I misspelled it. I spelled deserts, or desserts instead of deserts. Oh well. I know what I mean. This desert occurs in southeast California, parts of Nevada, parts of Arizona, and even Utah. It covers more than 25,000 square miles within the United States. It was named after the Mojave people. 46% of the Mojave Desert is actually protected by law. We will talk about that in just a little bit. I like turtles. The Great Basin, it is also surrounded by two other deserts. And that is the Great Basin Desert to the north and the Sonoran Desert to the south. It is also, by the way, the smallest desert in North America, and humans have had a presence in the Sonoran Desert, in the Mojave Desert for over 20,000 years. Common plants in this desert are creosote bush, Joshua tree, which is actually a type of yucca, burrowweed, and quite a few cactus species, including cholla cactus. Now, if you don't know what that one is, this is a cactus that if you just walk by it, if you've ever had sunburn, if you've ever had a sandburn, it's like that. If you just barely walk past it, you're going to get a big thing of cactus attached to you. There are 23 species of, wait, I'm ahead of myself. Almost 80% of the plants that grows in this desert are endemic to the region. Endemic means that they can only be found in the Mojave. Other plants that you might get a peek at would be white burr sage, spiny mandara, wolfberry, ephedra. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat. And these words that I can't pronounce, I'm going to type into the screen. Because, yeah, it's not happening, and y'all know by now. Some of them, I'm assuming you can eat. You would be correct, Carol. Another plant that you might find in the cactus would be golden head, yellow paper daisy. Now, there are 23 species of cactus in the Mojave, including a species of cholla cactus, a species of prickly pear that is endemic to the Mojave. I like turtles. Not sure what you're talking about, but if it's what I think it is, please do not talk that way in live. Moving on to some of the animals. There are numerous species of animals that live in the desert, including but not limited to desert tortoise, banded gecko, desert iguana, chuckwalla, which is a really cool lizard. It is a plant. And I may have been misreading his words there. Also, maybe I'm the bad guy. Chuckwalla is a species of iguana. I believe it's a species of iguana that gets itself, if it's in danger, it'll go into the rocks and it will inflate itself so that it's harder for predators to dislodge it. There are horned lizards, desert rosy boas. Yes, we have boas in the United States. We have Mojave patchnose snakes, Mojave rattlesnakes, Kelso Dunes saddleback katydid, a Mojave fringe-toed lizard, and the Mojave ground squirrel. Other animals include the desert pupfish, bighorn sheep, mountain lions, black-tailed jackrabbits. Also included in this mix are kangaroo rats, mule deer, desert pronghorn, and red-tailed hawks. And I would expect to find also some scorpions, some tarantulas, maybe some roadrunners. Yeah. But let's check sunflowers. The strongest animal quite possibly would be the mountain lions. Now, this is not the desert where one would expect to find something like the jaguar. Yeah, I would think so. Maybe even bobcat. You might even find wolves. Conservation in the desert. Like I said earlier, 46% of this desert is protected. However, there are some issues. A coyote went over a bobcat. I don't know. So urban sprawl is an issue. Believe it or not, off-roading can impact portions of the desert, and you might be wondering how off-roading can damage the desert. Well, what happens is a lot of these plants have really shallow roots. That way, when it rains, as the water comes, yeah, that's my name, as the water comes through, the plants can grab up that moisture pretty quickly. But what happens is, as you drive your off-road vehicle through the desert, you compact the sand, which damages the plants. I don't know. And they were once common, but they were eliminated by the mid 1600s. It's possible that Mexican wolves are there. There was one caught there in 1922, but I don't know if they are there now. So I don't know if they are still there. But the top predators in this particular desert would be hawks, bobcats, and coyotes. But I suspect that there's probably mountain lions somewhere. Other animals that need conservation's help would include the devil's pupfish, or devil's hole pupfish. This is a fish that lives in these pools within the desert. Very rare. The pools are actually protected. Yes, rattlesnakes definitely live there. The Mojave is actually said to be the most toxic of the rattlesnakes. Is there? Yeah. So there's actually a couple different species, co-species. One is the northern Mojave rattlesnake, and the other one is the green Mojave rattlesnake. It says Gila monsters, bark scorpions, the Mojave rattlesnake is one of the big ones. Desert diamondbacks, so maybe western diamondbacks. Gila monster, mountain lion, although they're not poisonous. You might also find Africanized honeybees, which would be pretty scary. Within the Mojave Desert, there are 2 national parks, Joshua Tree National Park and Death Valley National Park. You may have noticed that some of the animals were named after the Kelso Dunes. This name refers to the largest dune field in the Mojave Desert. These mounds of sand raise up to 600 feet above the desert. Pinnacles. Now, these are large spires of rock. Yes, jackrabbits. The black-tailed jackrabbit. These pinnacles were created when groundwater and lake water mix to form these rock structures. They reach 141 feet into the air, so they're fairly tall. There are also playa. These are dried lake beds. They hardly contain any vegetation, are mostly made of clay and silt, and these areas are often very low and flat. And they have these in Death Valley where the rocks move across the surface of the dirt. Yeah, so that is a playa. So there are quite a few endemic animals and quite a few endemic plants and animals both. Yes and no. What, Alberto? What? Have I seen cats? What type of cats? During lives, when I'm giving a live, questions need to be focused on the live and not on other subjects until I'm done. And then it's okay to ask me other questions. With that being said, that's what I had. That's a little bit about the Mojave Desert. If you have other questions, feel free to ask. Alberto, I'm about to put you on a 10-minute timeout. Thank you, 7-inch. If you looked at the post I did on the Facebook group or in the channel, hold on, I will look that up. Some things I do very well. So most of their rain comes in the winter. And the driest months are, so the rainy season falls between November and April. They do get snow in higher elevations, and then they of course get rain during the summer. Those are those big ones that can cause heavy rainfall. But somewhere around 2 to 6 inches. I don't know. Without water, probably not very long. Although you can get some water from cactuses, you still would require a knife. I did put in a bunch of new lives. Yes, it is. Sorry, predecessor, you asked Carol. Sorry, I'm so bad. So there are a fair number of animals that live there. So Saturday's live is going to be safe around bears. Tuesday we have a Q&A. Again, it is subscribers only, and we need questions. I do have some questions. Some of them are really, like, they're going to make me think. I am at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Lives are Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. But I I was gonna go live today and it just didn't happen. I have a bunch of stuff that I have to get done for the channel tomorrow. I might be able to sneak in an earlier live, but it will be a surprise. November 15th. So let me give you the lives for November, if you want them. The 9th, which is Saturday, be safe around bears. Tuesday is Q&A subscriber only. November 15th is Learn to Care Dugong. November 16th is Exploring Nature, Hibernation, and Topher. November 19th is Trivia Night. I don't know what we're doing for it. I will have to figure that out. November 22nd, I am not doing bushmeat. And I don't know what's going in its place. And then Safe Around Mountain Lions will be November 23rd. November 26th is Zoo to Do Toronto Zoo. Hopefully that one lasts a while. November 29th is African Painted Dogs. That is a Learn to Care. And November 30th is Exploring Nature Sandhill Cranes. I will post those into the channel so that you guys have those. Have some really cool lives coming up this week as well as into next week that actually have been typed up. My fingers are like this right now. But yeah. You can put questions into the comment section of this live. I have to look and see what day that is. You stole my girlfriend? Alberto, knock it off, dude. That is going to be on the other channel if I do. If I go live on Thanksgiving, it's on the other channel. And if it's a really good topic, it is Trivia Night. Venomous Creatures Trivia Night. Alberto, I have told you, Carol has told you, I'm done. I can't, Carol. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. He's already been in a 10-second timeout, and Carol has told him he's been put into a 30-minute timeout. Because I'm done. Anybody else? Because I'm more than happy to oblige. It's okay. It's just, I don't know if, I don't know if, I don't know if Chelsea was being serious or not, but it was annoying me. And I'm not as willing to be, yeah. It's been going on for a while now, and I'm about tired of it. I got called a name by him in comments, and yeah. So it is what it is. And I'm not going to discuss it anymore. So again, I just want to again remind everybody, you're probably going to hear this. I don't know what is going on because this isn't like him. Yes. But we're not gonna dwell on it because why? It's been about 2 weeks. It's been about 2 lives now that he's been doing it. So, November 28th, which is Thanksgiving here in the United States, we will be doing Trivia Night Venomous Creatures. Antarctica is not off limits. You can visit Antarctica. That sounds good, Rue, not gonna lie. But I don't know if there are like limits to how many people can visit. It is protected. A lot of it is protected. One of the reasons we don't know a lot about it is science. We are limited to how much we can actually be out in it. A cool fact about red pandas. They sleep for 17 hours a day. Chelsea, they sleep for 17 hours a day. Sometimes I wish I could do that. Rue, stop. Wait, what was his observation? No, I don't think it was planted. I think a lot of what's there was already there. Nature is pretty quickly to take over stuff, given a chance. So, yeah, like Carol said, nature was just really quick to reclaim it. And there's a lot of stuff, even in the Amazon, that we don't know. I mean, in the large scheme of things, there's a lot that we don't know. If I could bring back one extinct animal, what would it be? There's a lot I'd like to bring back. But I think the Carolina parakeet or the passenger pigeon, maybe the dodo. Something that I know for a fact was wiped out by people. No, probably not megalodon. Only because it probably died out because of climate change. Although it would be really cool to see one, not gonna lie. Guys, some of these questions would be really great to have for next Tuesday. I am in favor of reintroducing wolves anywhere that we can. As long as there is food for them, sure, why not? The one thing I don't want to do is I really don't think it's right to bring back something that has been dead and we can't prove that it wasn't killed by man. Something that's been dead for more than 7 centuries has no right being back. Like they want to bring back the mammoth. Why? Why bring it back? If you have more questions, leave them in the comment section of this video after the live, or in the comment section of this live afterwards, and those will be answered during live next Tuesday. I don't know. And you're fine to keep asking questions, but if more pop up, yeah. In a climate-controlled situation, it might. I like sharks too, but you know what? I really sort of like everything. So it's unfair of me to say that. And Chelsea, thank you for asking questions. 7-inch, thank you for asking questions. And you guys can keep asking because I still have time. I had a friend who had rats. Do not come in here. Go away.
It's just me.
What?
Returning your charger?
Sit it on the shelf.
What shelf?
The black shelves.
Oh, right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Truly.
What?
Flip those pages on your bed.
I'm live.
Okay. That's what I figured.
No, I like questions. And we still have 15 minutes of time to fill. We're humans. We always have questions in our heads. And they know so little about me. No, that was not my wife. Guys, I want to show you something, okay? Do you see that? Do you see that? No ring. If Atlantis is real, probably someplace that we haven't looked. It's okay, Carol, I got it. It's even possible that it is land-based and not in the water, like we think it is. Or it very well could be just a made-up story. I've heard that. Of course, if you follow comics at all, it could also be in the Bermuda Triangle. Who knows? That's one of those questions that just makes you feel kind of goofy. Yes, I haven't read anything about it, but I'm not surprised. Yeah, people say a lot of things. I don't necessarily believe half the stuff that I hear, but yeah. Guys, remember, I'm more of a life science guy. No, I don't think we should, Chelsea. I think bringing back dinosaurs would not be good. Even then, Carol, nowadays, even what you see may not be real. I would just as soon be able to go back in time and see dinosaurs. But yeah. I just think I don't think we should bring back something that died out. I just don't. That's why, like, if it doesn't, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have done some AI stuff for the channel. But maybe in places it would. Because remember, not all dinosaurs are these great big monsters. Like, Like this guy probably would not be able to survive because, one, the amount of food that it might take to feed him. The larger dinosaurs, no. Now, believe it or not, this might be able to survive in a secure habitat. This is a velociraptor, and Jurassic Park had it wrong. They are not as big as Jurassic Park said they were. They were probably somewhere around the size of a turkey, maybe a little bit bigger than a turkey, but they were probably just as ferocious. So yeah, not everything that you see were ginormous. No, definitely not the same. Definitely not the same at all. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, well, I maybe got it wrong. Yeah, no. Velociraptors were a small to medium-sized dinosaur about the size of a turkey or a small dog. They were 4.9 to 6.8 feet long. They were about 1.6 feet tall at the hips. And they probably weighed around 31 to 43 pounds. And they didn't go out of their way to hunt really, really big dinosaurs. They probably fed on small stuff. Yeah, I don't even know about that. That's why I think there's a lot of things that we don't know about dinosaurs. We have an idea of what they look like. No, I was talking Velociraptor. Velociraptors just science is good, but it's not perfect. We know little bits and pieces of stuff. But the climate has definitely changed. It's just that's a hard topic because there's a lot of little things that add up to would they survive. Or are they surviving? Because there are people who probably would ask me, are they alive? And I don't know how to answer that, to be honest. Would I love to find out that somewhere on our earth there are living dinosaurs? Yeah. But I'm happy to know. No, no, no. 100 times no. And I can give you reasons why I don't believe in Nessie. I can also give you reasons why I hope we never find out if Nessie is real. Honestly, we have 4 minutes left. If you have any more questions or comments, put them up or forever hold your peace. Again, if you are not subscribed, you will not be able to join next week's live on Tuesday. Yeah, but Carol, the problem is the stories of Nessie date back long before there were anybody building stuff to prank people with. So that becomes a problem. Sorry. Yeah, seventh century AD. Is the first mention of it. True, but it doesn't. I am not claiming that Nessie is real. I would never claim that. However, because think about it, guys. If Nessie was real, one, it would need a food supply. Now, granted, there are animals that can live to 500 years old. Can I plead none? Or do I have to give you an answer? Because I really wouldn't want any of them. But I guess if I had to choose, yeah, no. I'm too small. I have to have one. Ugh, tiger, I guess. But again, I don't want one. They are just too dangerous. That, and they're illegal in my city, so that problem is solved. So there's a couple issues with Nessie though. One, food supply. Two, there has to be more than one. Yeah, Chelsea, I gave my answer. What about you? I mean, lions are cool. A male lion. A male lion would look really, really bad. It'd be like Kitty Cat from the Addams Family. Actually, no, what I want is Kitty from the Munsters. The old Munsters. Yeah, the problem is all of these animals grow up, and even a polar bear can kill. Even a giant panda can kill. So there's that. Okay. Oh no, there isn't. They can be mean. They are mean. See, when we were kids, science didn't know what they were talking about. And what I mean by that, we knew that they were connected to carnivores, pandas, but we didn't know that they were actually bears. But they are a bear. And I'm sorry, I don't want a sun bear, and I think sun bears are adorable. I just, nope. Don't want them. I really don't know, Chelsea. What do you... True. Nature. Although, see, here's the thing. We had this problem now. Hold on. As long as we're talking, I'm going to keep live open. Okay. Here's an answer for you, okay? According to experts, it takes at least 10 to 12 generations of an animal being selectively bred in captivity before they can be considered domesticated. So if you're talking about having an animal for a pet and it's a wild animal, you're going to have to go through a lot of generations of that animal before you're going to get something that is domesticated. So, like the wolf, common theory is that they were coming around our campfires at night looking for food. Because wolves, believe it or not, are pretty smart. They're not vicious animals that are out to get you. So probably they threw scraps. And if you've ever been around a stray dog or a stray cat, the minute you put food out for an animal, you got it. It's yours. And the more that you feed it, the more that animal's going to stick around. It's not that they revert to their instincts necessarily. For instance, my brother has a pit bull. I find it hard not to trust him after being around him so much. The German Shepherd play bites. And I would say that when it comes to the kids, he's more apt to hurt a kid by trying to play with them than he would biting them. But any animal, if it's pushed too much, can bite. I have heard stories of people's cows being tired, not having a good day, and you go to milk them and they kick you. And a cow is massive. Any animal that's having a bad day is apt to react. So if you're a little kid and you're sticking your fingers into a dog's ears constantly, yeah, eventually that dog might react. I'm one of those people. If I have a little kid and a dog is not used to that kid, I'm not going to leave that kid alone with that dog. I don't care how much I trust it. My brother at one time had a cockatoo. Loved him to death. But I knew that if he was having a bad day, I never forced an interaction. Never forced an interaction. And I think that is true for any animal. It's true, they do. If you force an animal to do something, it's not going to be happy. That's why with my brother's pit, if he decides that he's not going to go in his kennel, that's okay. I'm okay with that. As long as he stays in one area and he's not walking around the house, I don't care. It's when you start forcing an animal to do something that they don't want to do but there aren't very many people that get killed by wolves. That's So, attacks do happen from wolves. But the majority of those attacks are usually in Europe. So here, a study found that 12 attacks with 14 victims, of which 2 were fatal. The overall risk of being attacked by a wolf, the Norwegian Institute for Nature Research says the risk of a wolf attacking a human is above 0, but far too low to calculate. But even then, good night, predecessor. Even then, Carol, there's animals that would care and animals that don't care. Are we the last 2 in chat? Chelsea, are you still here? If nobody else is here, Chelsea, are you here? If you are, speak up. I think I'm not getting a response. I'm thinking she's gone. Oh, wait. I don't know. Maybe not. Hello? Somebody just came in. I'm going to look on YouTube. Oh, hey, Chelsea. We were just getting ready to close up, but you're back. It's so good. Yeah. I was just getting ready to sign out, and I saw the 2 pop up. Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. Don't apologize. I don't mind talking. Carol gets tired. But eventually I hit second wind and I'm good to go. Ew. Nope, I could not do that. Well, I'm what? I don't know, never mind, but I'm not exactly young. I'm not old, but I'm not exactly young. At 2:30 a.m.? No, Chelsea, no. How are you up so late and have all this energy to talk? That's what I want to know. Not me. I usually don't wake up till around 4. Although sometimes if I know, I'm going live tomorrow at 6 p.m. my time, which is Central Standard Time, and then Tuesday at 7 o'clock I'm going live too. I need to schedule lives. I think we're now, I don't know. I want to say that we're probably into April and May, maybe June. Good night, Chelsea. You're welcome. Okay, I am going to say good night. I'm going to forego calling. I don't think there's anything we really need to discuss tonight. So I will talk to you later, Carol. Good night, everybody. Have a good evening. Remember to never give up on yourself and always keep learning and keep reaching for your goals. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye. Excuse me.